Alright, video 5. I just want to throw out a quick update. I didn't do any work today and I don't really intend to, but I just wanted to throw an update. I have my shocks here and they've been hanging upside down for a couple of days after I built them. I didn't have any leaking problems with the modification that I did. However, I did have one leak, and that's this one here. You can probably see that it's exceptionally shiny just below this nut here. I believe it is leaking from the threads because there's a lot of grease on the cap and on the rod end, so I think it's leaking from the threads. I'm gonna try to just throw some Teflon tape on there, and I'm hoping that will resolve the leak. I'm not sure if it will or not, but I really hope that it does, because I don't want to have to. I might throw a different cap on there too, because I did buy the 8-pack. I'd like to keep 2 full sets, but we'll see what happens. So the shocks turned out pretty well with that exception. Again, not as a result of the cap mod, it's just the cap was leaking, which is relatively expected on most shocks. But I also got a couple of packages in today that I wanted to rip into here. And the first one is from Team Brood Racing. So this should be my motors, which I'm pretty excited about. I did have Brood 35 turn Apocalypse motors in my previous build. I was happy with them. I've stalled them out a few times and I was hoping for a little bit more low end torque. So this time I went with the Creep motors. So I've got the same turn, 35 turn Creep motors. If I can get into them here. And they're the Creep Type R 35 turn. I'm hoping they'll give me a little bit more low end. Like I said, I was pretty happy with my previous motors, but I stalled them out a couple of times. I don't know if this is going to help with the stalling out, or if I'm just expecting far too much from these motors, or from any motor really, because I do expect quite a bit from it. But I'm hoping this will help me out. These are supposed to be smoother at the low end, hopefully have more low end torque. I'm not sure what the difference is. I think it's something to do with the number of cuts in the comm or something like that. I'm not sure the technical setup of it. That's why I buy these, because I don't know the technical setup. I just know that they're awesome motors, and I'm hoping that these ones will perform as good, if not better, than my previous ones, which admittedly are probably getting pretty tired. I've been using them for a year, so, and I comp every week, sometimes 2 or 3 times, so I'm hoping that those will work out for me. I'm sure they will. Like I said, as long as they're as good as my previous ones, I'll be happy with them. And the second package is from Power Hobby. This was just a company that I found on eBay that had high-tech servos, $79.50 for cheap. This is different packaging than I'm used to, so I'm hoping these are legitimate. It says it's 2nd generation G2 servo. They look pretty nice though. I did order 3 of them. These aren't for this build. They're for other builds. I've got a Losi mini crawler, and my brother wanted one of these, so I ordered him one as well because they were relatively well priced. Like I said, the packaging is different. They look legitimate to me. They look very nice. I'll have to look up do some research. I'm sure they're legit. It's just a little bit unnerving when you spend this much money on something and it comes in different packaging than you're used to. But I'll do some research on that. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, it comes with the stickers and instructions and the servo arm. So yeah, I'm sure it's legit. Like I said, I'll look into it, but I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, so I got 3 of those off of eBay from the company was called Power Hobby, and it was the cheapest I could find. I think they were $132, including shipping, or no, plus shipping to Canada. So it was a little bit more. It was about $140, but locally here they're about $160. So yeah, it was worth saving 20 bucks on each, especially when I was ordering 3 of them. So I got the servo in. So there's not a lot I can do with that. I've got the front axle here. I'll get it mocked up and mounted up maybe, and I've got to create a steering link here. I've got to custom make one because it's going to be a different length because of how I got the seats clocked and how I'm going to have it set up. So I'm going to have to custom make one of those. I have some Delrin rod. I'm not sure the thickness of it. I've got various thicknesses, but I just use 2 Revo rod ends and a little chunk of Delrin rod, and that's generally pretty good for that, for just the drag link from the servo to the one side. And then, like I said, for the steering, for the tie rod, I've got the Chaotic titanium bent link coming, and that should be really nice. Right now I use a Delrin rod, and it's flexible, which is nice because then you don't break stuff, but at the same time it's also a lot thicker because you've got to go thicker so that it's strong enough to put up with the abuse that these servos put out. So yeah, I just wanted to put up a quick update because I received that stuff, and I just wanted to update on the shocks. So yeah, the shocks, I'm just going to Teflon that one on the threads and see how it goes. I'm relatively hopeful that that's going to fix it. If not, like I said, I've got another set that I can take parts off of for the time being. So I think that's about it for the update, and I will talk to you guys next time.